Yo, what's going on, guys? And supposedly, shout out to Eric Pincus. I actually personally know Eric Pincus. Had great conversations with him at All Star Weekend, and we're hearing that the Cavaliers are probably going to trade Donovan Mitchell before letting him leave in free agency, as it's seemingly is apparent that he's not going to sign an extension with them. I'd like to hear your thoughts before we continue today's video. There will be I guess timestamps down below if you guys just want to skip ahead to the parts of the episode where we talk about his landing spots and other parts. So let's just get right into it, and I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Do you think Donovan Mitchell stays or does he leave? So basically what we are hearing is Mr. Donovan Mitchell is more than likely, the buzz in the NBA circles, Eric Pincus writes, suggests that barring a run to the NBA Finals, Donovan Mitchell will decline any extension from the Cavaliers and look elsewhere. And the Cavaliers are more likely to move him well before he can leave outright as a free agent. So, if right now, even if Mitchell requests a trade, the Cavaliers have an obligation to say, no, because he's under contract till 24 to 25. But of course, he can certainly decline that $37 million option in 25-26. So he would be able to explore unrestricted free agency in July 25. Now, Mitchell could accept the maximum extension before then, one which multiple sources have indicated the Cavaliers would happily pay. But if he doesn't, obviously, we have just said that unless there is an NBA Finals run, he's not going to accept crap, because they gave up 3 first-round picks, 2 first-round swaps, a future All-Star in Lauri Markkanen, Ochai Agbaji, and College Sexton. And the Cavaliers can't let that turn into 2 or 3 brief playoff runs and just let him walk into free agency for nothing in compensation. So, for a franchise that's trying to win, and if the Cavaliers do go on a deep playoff run, they probably could convince Mitchell to re-sign that extension, Eric Pincus writes. But I think the biggest thing is they know this offseason's the last time to get maximum return in draft pick and probably roster flexibility. So I think they would trade him if they can get enough draft picks and compensation in return. Now, for me, I think the biggest thing is when we look at Mr. Donovan Mitchell, where will he go? And I think that's the biggest thing. I think this is a good team. The Cavaliers could really be the dark horse. Everyone's saying like the Mavericks are the dark horses, but the Cavs could be the dark horse. I honestly think the Cavs are better than the Bucks. They're probably the second best team in the East. Depends on how you view the Knicks and Magic, or the Heat. So for me, I think if he does leave, it's because he doesn't see this team being able to get better. But I just think that you got Evan Mobley, who's a young guy. I know they're 4-6 in the last 10, but I think there's 6 games in the left in the season. This could be a 50-win team. I have belief that this is a decent basketball squad, and it makes sense to me. So I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments section. So let us talk about what are some landing spots for Donovan Mitchell. Let me hear your comments down below. Where do you think he will go and why? I think there's a plethora of places, and it makes sense that, some of these are more likely than others. I have one that I think is the most likely in my mind. I mean, I think a lot of teams could overpay for him, but I think obviously you got the New York teams and Brooklyn and the Knicks, but I think the other one is South Florida. Maybe that's just because I live here, but let's get right into it. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Who do you guys think is the most likely person to get an opportunity to get Donovan Mitchell? So we'll start with the first one, the Lakers ad.